Hello, my name is David Sichone. I am a Unite scholar. I'm 18 years old. I'm going to share with you on conquering the Envit, uh, inspiring the youths on how they can conquer the Envit, how they can conquer the education and succeed. Envit is simply environment, and environment is anything which surrounds us. Broadly, environment is categorized into the non-living and living things. With non-living things, there are those in which we may touch and those which we may not touch. Coming to what we may not touch, we have the intellectual world and the world of senses. Now, we will focus on intellectual world, which is consisting of things like education, health, business, research, and technology. These are items of which surrounds human in their daily life nowadays and since a long time ago. With education, I'm going to discuss with you on why the students here in Tanzania fail to conquer in education and succeed. Yeah, most of the students in Tanzania have been performing poorly. For example, the last year results, though performance increased by 1% from 77 to 78, still that one is not what we expect from Tanzanian society. So I'm going to discuss with you the strategies of how the students of Tanzania can conquer in education. First thing, before we go to strategy, let us take this, that one should understand first that the education is an environment. After one has understood that thing, we will now go to the strategies on how to conquer the education and succeed. The first step is for one person to understand the environment. The one person to understand the educational environment. Educational environment include books, we have exercise books, teachers around us, the our fellow students. Will have about the environment of the plants and buildings. All those are a part of environment. So one has to study to understand what those environment want from him or her. What do teachers need? Also, school regulations are part of environment. So one should understand what does the school law need him or her to behave. How does the students who study with him or her need from him or her? Knowing that one, we will now take the second stage, of which most of the students fail, where we call never underestimate yourself. Most students have a behavior of underestimating themselves after seeing that there are some circumstances of which they cannot hold, like school routines which are driving off, but they don't know that there are most people who have succeeded who had an unknown potential before. People like Charles Darwin, who was not known during his young age, but coming with evolution theory has made him great. He was not known with his potential during young. So let us learn to never underestimate ourselves. The second thing is being able to take risks. The students will be taking risks. A lot of students, especially here in Tanzania, never like to take risks. They do not like to give up their time, for example, for studies, saying that they will lose their time to do other luxurious activities. But that one is not right. They have to behave like entrepreneurs who are ready to face profit and loss. So they are supposed to be active and be ready for anything. They should sacrifice, for example, time in order to succeed. And also being patient. Most of the students here in Tanzania lack patience. After they have gone to school and started their studies, it will reach a time that you'll find them they are losing that time, that heart they had before, due to certain circumstances like failure in class. But they do not know that the failure does not hold up to the last moment. Failure can be just in a short of moment, but at the end of all, one may succeed. So just to tell the students that education is like a marathon, that at the beginning people cheer for you, in the middle is where competition begins, where no one will be there cheering for you, but at the end you will succeed. The other point is seek advice. We have to seek advice from important people, and the important things we have like books, inspirational books, and all other holy books, like the ways Isaac Newton said that we are the function of the people who are around us. whom he called giants. Now for our society, as students, giants may be our teachers, our guardians, our parents, our books we read, and our fellows who advise us on important issues. The last thing is have a positive perception. We have to develop a positive thinking to all what we face. Let us see failure as an opportunity to recognize where we go wrong and correct. If we'll be okay, if we'll be right every time, that one does not have any contribution to our lives. We'll never realize what weaknesses we have. So perceiving positively what you see, which tends to be either positive and negative, is the one which shapes us to be better people. And the significance of this is that when one is able to conquer the environment, when one is able to succeed in education, the first thing he gets or she gets is to be understood. People will learn from him or her. People like to learn from the people who have succeeded. So if you are a successor, people will learn from you. They will understand how it takes to succeed. Also, by succeeding, you are going to have a direction, or still, most people who have succeeded, it is very difficult for them to be swayed off. You cannot tell a successor that go this way or go this way. They have a strong direction. They know where they are going because they are focused. And from this focus, we get the other point that it is easier to accomplish the tasks which are made. Most people who have succeeded, who are recognizing that they have conquered, they are the conquerors. It is easier for them to settle and to target their goals. It is easier for them to accomplish their goals they set, because since they set the goals, they are focused to them, and eventually they just succeed. And lastly, the people who have succeeded, who recognize that they are the conquerors, always are shining. Most of them have something to say. You will find them shining all the time because they know what they are doing and they know what it takes to succeed and the fruits of succeeding. And that the disadvantages of one never recognizing that he or she is the conqueror, can conquer education, is that is the opposite of the advantages, where one will lose direction. One will be told that go to do this, go and steal, go and maybe join in love affairs. One may be just there to do such things. Go and join these bad groups. One will be ready to do that one because he or she does not have direction, unless he or she knows that he or she is a conqueror. The other thing, one will never be able to target or to set up and accomplish the goals. If one has said that I'm going to get Division 1 during my Form 6 examination, and one is not focused to that dream and never realizes that he or she can conquer and can make it, it is very difficult for one to accomplish that goal. Most of students ending getting Division 2, Division 3, of which is not their choice. And also, if one will never recognize that is the conqueror, at the end, failure will make him or her not acceptable in the society. As we said before, that the society needs a person who have succeeded. So if you are the failure, the society does not need failures, though we may learn from the people who have failed. So it is your choice now to choose which is right, which is good, to conquer or to leave it off. Your good decision of today is the best consequences of tomorrow. I may leave you with this quote which says that you are endowed with intelligence, of which most of the species lack here in the universe. Most of the species come and they disappear, but you reign throughout many generations. So be proud of yourself. You are the conqueror. Thank you.